I still get chills remembering the unsettling truth about my quiet suburban neighbor, Mr. Abernathy, always silently observing me from his darkened living room window every single night. A truly disturbing revelation that changed everything. Initially, I dismissed the shadowy figure as just a late-night coincidence, perhaps him simply sitting near his window. But the repetition quickly began to feel far too deliberate, unsettling my peaceful sense of domesticity. Every evening, precisely when I would turn on my kitchen light, his subtle presence would materialize, a barely discernible shape against his dim interior, a persistent visual that chipped away at my dwindling comfort. My stomach would clench with a cold, creeping dread whenever I saw that familiar, still form through the sheer fabric of his drapes, an inexplicable feeling of being utterly scrutinized under a relentless, unseen gaze. One night, I deliberately left my blinds open, stepping away from the window, then cautiously peered back through a crack, catching his distinct silhouette facing directly towards my illuminated home, confirming my deepest fears. His head was tilted slightly, an unnervingly patient posture, making it horrifyingly clear that his focus was solely on my apartment, generating a wave of intense fear that washed over me completely and utterly. I started drawing my curtains immediately at dusk, a desperate attempt to reclaim my privacy. Yet the phantom sensation of his watchful eyes still lingered, a pervasive, chilling presence permeating my entire home. Sometimes I would glance quickly towards his house before shutting my blinds, just to see if he was there, and almost every single time I would catch him standing perfectly still, a silent, menacing sentinel.
The thought of him just standing there, patiently waiting for me to forget or slip up or simply exist, slowly began to consume my every waking moment, gnawing at my sanity relentlessly. I installed heavy blackout curtains, bought motion sensor lights for my yard, and even started locking my windows from the inside, desperate measures against an unseen yet undeniably constant invasion of my personal space. One morning, I noticed a tiny, almost invisible scratch mark on my bedroom windowsill, perfectly aligned with his vantage point, triggering an icy wave of pure, unadulterated terror through my very core. Had he been closer than I thought? Had he been here? The question echoed terrifyingly in my mind, sending a frantic shiver down my spine, making me feel utterly unsafe within the supposed sanctuary of my own house. I finally confessed my chilling observations to my friend, who urged me to report him, but the sheer lack of concrete evidence made me hesitant, fearing I sounded like a delusional, paranoid individual. The police could only advise me to keep my curtains closed and report any direct threats, which felt utterly inadequate against the profound psychological torment his relentless, silent watching inflicted upon my spirit. I eventually moved apartments, fleeing that oppressive, silent gaze. But even now, in my new place, I find myself checking my windows compulsively, haunted by the memory of his relentless, unnerving vigilance. The chilling sensation of being perpetually watched never truly leaves you once it's taken root, transforming your sense of security forever, forever altering the simple comfort of existing peacefully inside your private home.
There's a unique terror in realizing your friendly neighbor's constant attention is actually a deep, sinister obsession, a suffocating realization that slowly began to unravel my entire sense of security completely. My neighbor, Carol, initially seemed so sweet, always waving and complimenting my garden, her cheerful demeanor disguising the unsettling intensity of her almost continuous observation of my daily activities from her porch. I first noticed her lingering gaze when I was just watering my plants, her eyes following my every move from behind her oversized sunglasses, a small detail that initially struck me as merely overly friendly curiosity. Then, she started appearing whenever I stepped outside, offering unsolicited advice about my errands or even commenting on what I was wearing, making my routine feel increasingly like a performance for her private viewing.
One evening, I saw her reflection in my kitchen window, standing perfectly still in her darkened yard, staring directly at my illuminated dining table, her presence an uninvited, chilling intrusion into my private space. My heart hammered against my ribs as I quickly moved away, drawing the blinds. But the image of her motionless form outside, her intent gaze, burned itself into my mind, spawning a deep, gnawing fear. She started leaving small, strange gifts on my doorstep. A single wilting rose, a meticulously folded napkin with a cryptic drawing. Each item a creepy, unsettling reminder of her persistent, intrusive presence around my home. I began timing my errands to avoid her, rushing to my car, constantly peering over my shoulder. But somehow, she always seemed to know when I was about to leave, appearing like a phantom.
The constant surveillance transformed my home into a cage. I felt utterly trapped, unable to relax. Every window and door a potential portal for her unrelenting, unsettling scrutiny, destroying my peace of mind. I tried to confront her subtly, mentioning my need for privacy, but she just smiled with an unnerving sweetness, dismissing my concerns with a vague, unsettling comment about always looking out for her neighbors. Her subtle smile held a chilling undertone, a predatory glint that solidified my fear. This was not mere nosiness, but something far more deeply disturbing, a calculated and malevolent form of relentless observation. I started seeing her car parked down the street late at night, its engine off, her silhouette barely visible, watching my house for hours, confirming her nocturnal vigil and escalating my terror profoundly. The police suggested a restraining order, but the thought of further provoking her, of formalizing this terrifying game, filled me with an even greater, more debilitating sense of deep, consuming anxiety and dread. Eventually, I moved thousands of miles away, cutting all ties. But sometimes I still feel her imagined gaze on my back, a phantom presence that lingers, whispering chilling reminders of her pervasive, invasive control. The trauma of her relentless watching left an indelible scar, making me perpetually wary of anyone who seems too interested, forever guarding my personal space with a vigilance born from deep-seated, justifiable fear. Her smiling, watchful face sometimes flickers in my peripheral vision, a haunting image of how easily everyday comfort can devolve into persistent, terrifying surveillance, leaving you forever changed and deeply paranoid.
I never actually saw my neighbor watching me, but the undeniable, chilling evidence of his constant surveillance haunted my every move, creating a suffocating atmosphere of unseen, pervasive terror. It began subtly, with small things, like my gate being slightly ajar when I knew I'd locked it, or a faint scuff mark appearing outside my bedroom window at odd, unsettling times. My new neighbor, Mr. Finch, lived directly behind me, his property bordering mine, separated by a dense, overgrown hedge that seemed to conceal more than just foliage, hinting at lurking shadows. One morning, I found a discarded cigarette butt near my back porch, a brand I didn't smoke, strategically placed exactly where someone could have been silently observing my entire backyard, unnoticed.
Then, my mail started appearing slightly disturbed, not stolen, just tampered with, as if someone had gently opened and then resealed envelopes, leaving a deeply unsettling sense of personal violation. A profound paranoia began to take root, making me scrutinize every shadow and listen intently to every creak in the old house, feeling an omnipresent, chilling gaze upon me constantly. I started leaving small, nearly imperceptible indicators around my property, like a specific rock placed on my windowsill or a twig angled against my back door, to detect any unauthorized presence. Almost every morning, one of these indicators would be subtly, unsettlingly altered, confirming someone had been there, silently intruding, intensifying my terror and making my blood run cold.
The chilling realization struck me. He wasn't just watching from his window. He was actively entering my space, moving around my home's exterior at night, making my blood run icy cold. I bought a discreet security camera, positioning it carefully to cover the back of my house, the anxiety building as I waited for undeniable proof of this insidious, terrifying intrusion into my sanctuary. The very next morning, the footage showed him, Mr. Finch, slowly walking along the edge of my garden at 3 a.m., his face obscured by a dark hood, staring intently at my illuminated bedroom window. My heart leaped into my throat, a primal scream caught there. Seeing him, a silent, predatory figure, confirmed my darkest fears, turning my deepest anxieties into a horrifying, concrete reality. I immediately called the police, footage in hand, the evidence finally undeniable, transforming my subjective fear into an objective, verifiable threat against my safety and my mental well-being. They questioned him, and he feigned innocent walks, but the camera footage was irrefutable. A restraining order was issued, providing a thin, fragile shield against his now exposed, chilling obsession. Even now, with a strong fence and new security system, the memory of his silent, hooded figure in my backyard at night still haunts my dreams, a pervasive terror that refuses to subside. The comfort of my home is forever tainted by the knowledge that someone desired to watch me so intensely, transforming my personal haven into a constant, chilling reminder of violated privacy and profound fear.